Hello there and welcome to BE with Andy and Jill.
Jill and Andy.
And today is a special one. Today actually is, we've been in business 25 years to the day.
It's the 1st of May 2020, and on the 1st of May 1995, two young rookies started out in business, and here we are 25 years on. So it's a big happy birthday to us.
And what we thought we'd do to celebrate is a slightly longer BE today, and we've got 25 ideas from 25 years. And just sharing some ideas and thoughts that maybe you can work out what this means for you and for your business. So, idea one.
Okay, so first of all, we thought number one was about playing to strengths. And work out what you're good at, what you're not so good at, what your other half's good at, and what other people are good at in your team, and fill those gaps, but play to those strengths. Don't put square pegs into round holes. For instance, I absolutely love networking, meeting new people, selling, building relationships. You recognise all that, don't you? Andy, on the other hand, enjoys
Presenting.
I don't really like presenting, but hey, I'm enjoying doing this. So that's our number one, play to strengths. Number two
is about doing what you enjoy. And key thing for me here is, are you doing things that actually you enjoy doing so you can put the best into them? And maybe also work out what you don't enjoy doing. I hate paperwork, I'm not very good with detail.
So, hey, he's bang on, and I'm the same. So, hey, a lot of skills bank that it does, it's recruiting and playing to strengths, and that is good old Danielle. She's doing a great job there. But we recognise that, and we don't enjoy it. It takes us forever. So find somebody who does enjoy it, and then that leaves you free to do what you enjoy.
But idea three, it's all right doing the stuff that you're good at and you enjoy. It's got to make commercial sense. It's all right if you're just doing stuff you enjoy and you're good at, it's making commercial sense. That's just good fun. That'll come a bit later, but it's got to make commercial sense.
Yeah, and I see, I work a lot with young entrepreneurs, and I'll get a lot of them coming out of university wanting to start up in business because they're passionate about what they do, and they love making whatever it is they make or doing whatever, but does it add up? Is it viable? Is it commercial? And is it going to last for 25 years? Who knows? So it's making sure it's commercially viable.
And idea four is to fill the gaps, work out what you're not very good at and find people that actually are.
So a big shout here to people from the past. We've got lots of people who filled those gaps for us. Maxine, who joined us on day one, and we're still in touch with her today. Michelle, Shelley over in Kuwait, we saw not long since when we went over there. Neve, Dublin, we saw her last year, brilliant. Helen, Lucy, Danielle, the list is endless. They all helped us fill those gaps.
Idea five is to recruit for attitude. And I can actually remember our first ever employee that we took on as an apprentice. And we recruited for apprentices, and this young lad, Brett, came in and just stood out from all the others that came. We actually asked him what his mum and dad thought about him coming to work for us. He said they hate it. They wanted him to they wanted him to carry on at school, do his A-levels. He said, no, I want to get into jobs, I want to work. And he was a great star for us through the years, and it was just brilliant to sort of see that he had the right attitude from day one.
So our big thing is hire for attitude, train for skill, and you can't beat it. Get the right attitude and you're absolutely flying. So that's number five. Number six is about following on from that, really. It's about taking a punt on people, on ideas, on opportunities. Just have a go, just go for it. We've certainly done it on people in the past.
Eddie came to see us many years ago, and Eddie was an amazing designer. And he just said, I need some, can you take me on? And we gave him some hours, and some of the stuff he produced for us was absolutely brilliant. The brochures, the material was fantastic stuff. We had a go at it. Another one, we actually saw a conference happening in San Diego, and we thought, that looks pretty good. Run by Fast Company magazine, 1999, just before the whole .com thing got going. And we actually went and got some local funding, still to quite work out how.
Let's hear it for Sheffield Tech.
And they paid for us to go. But the whole thing, they were just taking a punt, and we came back with lots and lots of ideas that really gave us a real focus to move things forward.
Yeah, I think we got a real massive return on that investment by going there, and Sheffield Tech got a massive return because it totally transformed what we were doing, and we set up competeorgetbeat.com. So yeah, go for it, take a punt, try things, and just just jump in and do it.
Idea 7 is to have fun. You spend a lot of time at work, and we've always been ones for sort of enjoying what we do. That can be anything from the very first Hallmark's pantomime.
Wow, it really did happen. We had table football long before it was cool and trendy to have table football. We were there.
And we also had the Lionel Richie-ometer. We used to have Radio Hallam on in the office, and every hour it seemed, Lionel was on. So whenever Lionel played, everybody had a smart little time on the clock, and if you came up during your time, you got a point, and there were big prizes at the end of it. It might seem a bit trivial now, but it actually got us all focused at the time.
Used to be a way you'd get a phone call at 5 past the hour, because 5 past was yours, and Lionel was on, yay! But it kept us and it bonded us and it engaged us all.
Idea 8, this is yours, Jill, particularly.
Yeah, it's about building relationships, and not just short-term relationships, long-term sustainable relationships. And one of my proudest things is that we're still in touch with an awful lot of the people. We're doing a meet-up this afternoon with the very first people who joined with us right through. We're hoping to get 25 for the 25 years, and I love it that we're in touch with all of them. So it's building those relationships, but it's also with our customers. I want to do it with customers. I'm actually in touch with one of our very first ones later this morning. So it is, you know, it's not a one hit, it's actually working with those people that they become a part of your life, your business and your family.
And idea 9 is to choose them or lose them. And this is this whole idea of focusing on the right customers, on the right people, the right suppliers. It's okay to say no. In fact, very often I'd argue you should say no.
Yeah, choose them or lose them. We like it. Also keeping in touch. We are big keeping touchers, hence lots of people come to us today, but also they become ambassadors for you. If they've had a good experience with you and they go on to work somewhere else, just keep in touch. The one we've got quite a few, but Kathy, she worked with us a couple of times. She's had 2 or 3 different jobs in different organisations. We've had 2 or 3 different projects in those organisations. So it's been brilliant that she's actually taken us with us. So do keep in touch.
I think idea 11 is a big one for us, about pushing boundaries, challenging, questioning in a constructive way, and encouraging others to question and challenge what you do. Back in the day, we used to run conferences, and in the summer we used to have a day-long conference, and we used to put as much fees in one day that we did in the whole month. It got us through the summer, but we actually just really made people question and challenge what they did. We were questioning and challenging ourselves on how we could get it better each time.
Yeah, we enjoyed that. They were great. So that was pushing the boundaries. Our number 12, and he's just jumped up, is leading on from the conferences. Don't be afraid to ask. You know, many years ago, you know, we had people like Julian Richard, is still one of my heroes now. He came to Sheffield and he spoke at one of our conferences. Cost us a lot of money in those days, but my goodness, he was fantastic. Simon Woodruff from Yo Sushi, Julie Meyer. We even had the Calendar Girls. Before the film, before anything, we spotted them. We had an event, you remember, it was at the Virgin Cinema.
It just opened?
Oh my gosh, at the retail thing. We actually had a whole screen there. They were a surprise, nobody knew. And they came in and we bought everybody a calendar. Can't believe it. We dared to do it. So don't be afraid to ask. Just go out there and ask.
And unfortunately, that bit wasn't in the film Calendar Girls. I thought
No,
Tom was going to play me, Tom Cruise, but he didn't. Clarifying roles is idea 13. I think particularly this in lots of growing business in the early days. Everybody does everything. And certainly in the early days we were guilty of that, where I used to call it mum and dad. What I meant by that was people come and ask me a question they knew Jill would say no to, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Then when we clarified what we were doing, or maybe more importantly what we weren't, we brought Ian in, as put him as an MD, got him to start doing those sort of things. It helped us. Yeah. And I've seen that with quite a few clients over the years. Clarify who does what, so that everybody knows. It helps everybody.
Formalise those roles and let everybody know about those roles. Also get into people, find out what makes them tick. Different people have got different things. Some are there for the money and having a rise does help them. Others want more time off. Get really into them. One of the best things we ever did was one Christmas, do you remember, Andy? We gave everybody individual presents. So one couple had a weekend away. In fact, we got a letter from them, not long since, all about that. They know who they are, which was lovely, saying that they had that weekend away. Another had their favourite restaurant. Some of the youngsters weren't into that. They wanted other things. So we really got into their individual wants and needs and delivered what they wanted.
ID 15 is about pushing people out of their comfort zones and supporting them. We're not sort of saying force people to do things they don't want to do. But we again saw it with certainly some of the youngsters that came through, particularly Amanda, who came to work for us on a placement. She was in placement.
Yeah,
We ended up with her speaking. She was, I don't know, an 18-year-old, speaking in front of 150 people, business people at a conference, with some research she'd actually done with clients.
Yeah.
And it's just this whole idea of pushing people. Samantha was another one that worked for us.
Absolutely,
We
yeah,
pushed her
she's
actually
great.
bizarrely to go on and work somewhere else.
Oh, we
knew that
pitched her, hey!
we knew we couldn't really look after what she was doing. She wanted to go to the next level. We helped her and encouraged her to have a go at doing that.
Yeah. One of our biggies, which is a bit quirky, but we used to always make friends with the finance departments. Oh my goodness, that paid dividends on numerous occasions. So find out when you're working with somebody, who's paying your bill, who's writing your checks, or in these days, who's backing your money. Get to know them. Oh, we did all sorts. So Sheffield Hallam University, I remember, we once went with cakes, didn't we?
Cakes, yeah.
We sent a thank you note. And on the very rare, I used to have what we call the cash flow shoulder, pre-wages tension. On one occasion, it was a bit hairy. I think most entrepreneurs and business leaders have been there. And somebody paid us twice. Can you believe it? But because we knew them, we did ring them up straight away and said, you've paid us twice. And they actually said, oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. You're going to be doing something else. That was because of the power of our relationship with those people. So make friends with the finance department.
ID 17 is value your values, something we talk about now in our training programs. But we really believe that the best businesses have a clear set of values. I don't mean just published things on the walls. People actually believe what they're about, and we use them to recruit people, promote people. JFDI was one of ours, which is an enhancement of just Nike. Just do it. If we weren't here, we wanted to do things. Sometimes if it was the wrong thing, just have a go. Another one that we developed, which I'd say we nicked from a client of ours, was FIFO, which wasn't first in, first out. It was fit in or
Go away, go away.
and we used that just to sort of shape what we did and how we did it.
Yeah, a bitter experience one here.
Idea 18.
On our 18, always read the small print. Back to us not being very good on detail. It has come back to bite us on a couple of occasions. So what we would say is just make sure that you do read the small print. Starting up, selling out, getting payments in full and
Final settlement. I didn't know what that meant. I cashed a cheque, which was far less than I should have got paid for it.
so yeah, there we go. So learn from our mistakes.
Idea 19. For us, it's more than a business. We see it as, and still do see it as, family. And it's not for everybody, but certainly for us, it was a family thing, whether we were at birthdays, weddings.
Yeah.
We even once
few
went to
weddings.
took Eddie and the family to
See
see
Father
Christmas at Crouch Tram Museum.
Hey.
Quite interesting when we walked up to see Santa and Eddie's youngsters were there. Father Chris said, is this mum and dad? No, it's mum and dad's boss. It didn't really, he couldn't quite work out what was
Santa's
going on there.
Never come across that before. Number 20, certainly in our case, we've actually found you're always at work. Whether you're out in a pub in town, or whether you're at the dinner at Cutler's Hall, or even on your holidays in Portugal.
We've spotted ideas, opportunities, but we also meet people. And one particular client, Carol Beverley from the Entrepreneurs Forum, became a huge client from somebody who actually met in a bar in Portugal.
And we weren't drunk, but she's been a real lifelong client, really, and friend, lovely friend. So number 21, you've got to enjoy it. You're at work a long time. It's very stressful running a business. You've got to be doing something that you absolutely love and that you have a passion that you share with. 22
is take a chance. Again, maybe this is this whole idea of pushing people, but I was once in the office and I heard somebody walk in and say, who's in charge of your website? This was again back in the late 90s, because it's rubbish. And this was Kieran who'd come in and talked to Michelle and said, I think I can do a far better job. And I could hear this going on, so I had a chat with him and we sat him down and he ended up working for us and did do a better job and actually looked at what we were doing and actually improved quite considerably what we were doing. So again, sometimes it's about taking a chance on people.
One that we've put in really is get rid quick, you know. We've had a wonderful journey, it's been brilliant for 25 years, but we do get it wrong. On occasions we get it wrong and you get people into your business that sadly aren't fit for the business and can become quite toxic. We let it go on too long, and it did have repercussions, and it was a really sad time. We did all bounce back eventually, but it was hard, and we should have done it a lot quicker. Get rid quick from the heart.
24 is about making things memorable. You'll hear us talk about customer delight and all those sort of things, but it is this whole idea of just building on what we're talking about here. We actually had an example 3 years ago. Danielle took a call from a client asking if they could speak to Andy, could he speak at a conference that he spoke at one of their events before. Couldn't work out when it was. It turned out it was 14 years ago. And I told the story about the Pope getting rid of one of his suppliers.
Hey, can you believe
But it's
it?
about being memorable, and it's about, I could even start talking about AAA now. No, I won't do that. And idea 25, I think a big one for me is find the right partner from the beginning,
Sweet.
and then maybe marry them later.
Hey.
We
so
were just good
that's it.
friends when we started, I don't know if you know that.
So here we are, 1995 to 2020, Jill and Andy, partners in business and in life, and we think that deserves a drink.
Cheers,
Cheers,
everybody.
cheers.
And
Cheers all. Thank you.
You can download the 25 ideas if you want them at andyhanselman.com/be. But again, share with us any of your thoughts and ideas. We'd love to maybe build up other people's thoughts and views. But always say is happy birthday to us. Take care. Be safe. Be healthy. Be thinking in 3D.
Bye bye from Jill
And Andy. You've got to compromise sometimes. Take care now.
Bye bye.